cut off again. So I'm gonna hit go again. So I think this will end up as 2 different lives on YouTube rather than one. So what I wanted to share tonight, because peace and love in Jamaica, I agree, Michael, it's such a lovely little island, this very special place that I live in. And I thought for tonight, I would share with you bits and pieces of the first book I ever wrote, Love Has Wrinkles. And it is a children's picture book about grandmothers. And the reason I've chosen to share it tonight is because I'm always feeling a little nostalgic during this kind of Emancipendence time, because it's a really good time to reflect on those who have come before us, who have paved the course. We have our 7 national heroes, and they are noted for their particular contribution in our history, in securing independence, in securing emancipation, in just establishing rights for all Jamaicans so that we can live in this really fantastic democracy that we have. And I think in the middle of all of that, a common thread that flows through all of my children's books, whether it's Love Has Wrinkles, Love Has Strong Hands, or Freedom Field, is this idea that we don't need anyone who's big and larger than life to be heroic in our lives. We, in and of ourselves, can be the heroes that we need to be for each other. We can show up for each other. And I chose, when I wrote Love Has Wrinkles, to celebrate grandmothers. And eventually I did create a grandfather book, because there are so many people in our lives who show up for us in very real ways every day. When we're struggling, there are those friends, there are those tried and true, there are those family members who have our back, who support us when everything else, seems like it's not going to come through, but they have that little bit of belief that spurs us forward when we're even doubting our dreams ourselves. And for me, my grandmother was one of those people. And I know for many Jamaicans, grandparents are a significant part of their lives. And I thought it was a worthwhile tribute, especially as, to launch my writing career. And so tonight, as we celebrate Emancipendence, rather than having our usual show, I'd like to share a little bit from my Love Has Wrinkles book, because I think it's so important when you are writing that you show up as your authentic self, that you write about things that you are passionate about, whether they are experiences that you've had or whether they're experiences that you older, wiser friend that you've made a part of your family. I think it's easier for me to read and then show you the pictures. They have all kinds of names. I'm going to skip over. I talk about what they look like, and some of the things that they struggle with when they get older. But this is the part that I remember that I like the most, because it reminds me of things that are so peculiar to Jamaican culture. But my gran knows me very well. She cuts the crust off my sandwiches, fixes me cornmeal porridge. She even laughs when I sneak up beside her. My gran remembers things nobody else does, such as what it was like to do your homework by kerosene oil lamp. Anybody from the Caribbean will recognize that kerosene oil lamp. Or what it was like in her garden. My grandma will always have time to spend with me, whether it's to laugh at my jokes, to give me a hug, or to join in a game of backyard frisbee. Most importantly, she knows all the family stories. Stories of mom who loved to dance when she was 5, and dad who always wanted to stay home from school to play with the dogs. It's the thread that holds us together. I am one of the lucky few. I have a gran and a great gran. How about Independence Week? Hi Craig, thank you for joining us. Because I think it's a wonderful time to celebrate the heroes among us, those who keep pushing us forward, those who hold our hands and encourage us when we doubt our own dreams. And I just think that's essential. Yes, memory lane, Craig. We are celebrating emancipation and independence in Jamaica, and I was sharing my first children's book because it was inspired by my grandmother. And we're talking about everyday heroes who inspire us on a daily basis. We're actually going to end up with a really short session today, because I thought that being nostalgic was most appropriate for the evening as I celebrate my own mom, who's actually not well and has dementia. And so I hold on to these very special moments fiercely in a way that I didn't when I was younger. Trying to hold on to all the little ways that she has, been my greatest